Hello lovely souls, my name is Samantha James. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we have an 18 plus for you, and it's going to be, why do men like you? What do men see in you? What are men initially attracted to when they look at you? This is specific for just men, and I'm gonna do another one where we're talking about females and women. So stay tuned for that one. But yes, this is an 18 plus. I'm going to do my best to put as much as I can of that content here on YouTube. But if we find that it's going to get even dirtier, you will have the option to extend. That will be linked down below. But in the meantime, we have 3 piles for you guys today. We have pile number 1 with the Jasper, pile number 2 with the CITRINE, and pile number 3 with the Carnelian. All are in raw crystal form, and of course I am showcasing my Carnelian crystal sex magic candle, because who doesn't like a little bit of sex magic? But no, seriously, this candle is great for just kind of manifesting sexual confidence, and it's a boost in your self-esteem, and hell, it might be even a boost in your pheromones or your attractiveness. I don't know, but we're gonna get into it. I haven't pre-shuffled anything. We're just literally going to see what comes out in the cards. And so I will see you guys at your pile. Hello, pile number 1, welcome. All right, so why do men like you? What do they see in you? What are they attracted to? Look how beautiful these flowers are. They're just like staring at me. They're so pretty. They're here on my desk. All right, so as I said in the intro, if you skipped over it, I have not pre-shuffled anything. We're just gonna see what comes out. We're gonna pull freehand. So if you chose the raw Jasper, this is for you. And you will have the option to extend. The extension is going to be linked down below. All right, I think I want to start with some astrology. So this could be your sign. I'm not necessarily gearing this reading towards like, what does this specific individual think of you? Although, we know in tarot that a very dominant energy could try and like come out and rule the whole reading, but I'm mostly pulling astrological to, if it's not your sign, to kind of place an emphasis on the attributes of that sign that you might like have. So it could even be that it's your rising or something, or your Venus that comes out. So we have Jupiter. Okay, so men see you as very driven. We have Aries, very successful, someone who is like a self-starter, very motivated. You could be very fit. You could be in the gym a lot. You could be just very toned, very put together in a physical way. The Aries to me always tells me that you're not super put together, but like it could contradict, one another. It doesn't have to be that way. And I'm not calling my Aries out, but I'm calling my Aries out. I just feel like every Aries I've known, and God bless them because I've had so many friends that are Aries, are nuts, like absolute nuts, but that's like fun. I feel like I feel like every sign is on purpose. Like it adds, we need that in the universe. But yeah, I feel like men might see you as someone who is very like driven and successful and all about your money. They could even see you as someone who's not a relationship type or a commitment type. With the Aries energy, they could see you as someone who is very loudmouthed and fiery and who talks a big game or talks a lot, talks shit, but like it could be even in a in a sexy way. Like you talk a lot of shit because they want to just shut you up and like put a dick in your mouth. I don't fucking know. I don't know your life. No, but I feel like you have a lot of sexually charged energy, a lot of hot energy. You could be an extrovert. You don't have to be. It could be that you come off that way, but you kind of light up a room. You are the life of a party, that kind of thing. So men are sort of looking at you in that way. Let's pull some archetype. Okay. We have Lover. So yeah, you could be kind of like, you wear your heart on your sleeve. Like maybe for some of you, you're not into commitment and you come off that way. For others of you, you come off as someone who is never single, always like has somebody, and not even in a bad way, but just like they have to think quick and act quick to get you. Like by the time they've woken up and tied their shoes in the morning, you're already in the next relationship. Like they don't even have a chance with you. But it could just be because you're like literally like a lover at, you know, at your core. Like you are in love with love, and you have this great passion, and you know, you wear your heart on your sleeve and that kind of thing. We have bully. So again, with the loudmouth kind of energy, I feel like it's not even loudmouth in a negative way. It could just be that you're very intimidating, and you're very like, if for a weaker person, they would automatically be eliminated, if that makes sense, you know? And I used to say that when I was younger. I'd just be like, you know what, not my problem. Like, you're intimidated, I'm not intimidating. So it's like, if you're a weaker person, whatever, it weans out all the bullshit. So for you guys, I feel like those people, there's certain men that can't hang because they just literally cannot hang. Like, you're too intense, you're too fiery, you're too passionate, you're too much of a woman or a man or a person in general for them. And that's not a bad thing. That's their own problem. But the point is, I feel like people, you know, men in particular, tend to get kind of fearful of you or intimidated, or like they don't really know how to handle you. And it's not that you have bad intentions. Like with love right here, it's you have good intentions, but it's like you're intense. Okay, what else? Okay, so you guys might be heartbreakers. You might cause people a lot of pain. It could be that because you know, are sort of loudmouth, or you say what's on your mind and you say it with great passion and great ease. Not everyone can hang, and I've been kind of saying that, but it's like, you know, you say the truth, and some you know, I've cussed my fair share of men out. I don't know what it is about me, because there's nothing really in my chart that denotes this. I have some pretty peaceful placements, but there's certain men that I've encountered, and this is just personal, like experience wise, there's certain men I've encountered in my life where I'm just like, you're a bitch. Like, I just don't like them. I just don't like that they're a little coward, little weak energy, fuck that, little small dick type shit. So it could be that that's very similar for you guys. And, you know, it hurts them at the end of the day. They're all butthurt about it, but like, whatever, fuck it. You know, the pain, the truth, whatever. But again, I can also read that as like you're like a little heartbreaker, because you're just like a little fire plug. Like I said, you're never available. Like you're on to the next real quick, and you probably have some friend zoned men in your life who have been wanting to like be with you for forever now. Yeah, in your community, in your friendship circle. I feel like you have a big community. You could have even community could represent that you have a big following. And there's just, you know, men out there that have been wanting your attention and they can't necessarily get it. But I do feel like a lot of men, let's say we're talking about the men that can compete, because there are some that will and cannot, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been picking up on, that they cannot handle you and your fiery nature and your intensity, group number one. But let's say the men that stick around, they do really go the distance. Like they do really fucking try. I feel like they know that you're very romantic, and you want to be romanced, that you want passion in your life, you know, probably come up with a lot of creative ideas. They probably come up with cute dates, you know, just kind of like wanting, like giving you flowers, courting you, like little grand, maybe grand and small gestures, that kind of thing. So I definitely see men trying to go the distance, trying to get your attention. So let's see what your tarot says. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Four of Cups, yeah, a little heartbreaker, a little rejecter. I feel like you're constantly having to reject people. I feel like a lot of men catcall at you. There's something about your appearance, maybe even how you dress, which, first of all, let me just clarify. How you dress should not equal how much attention you get in being catcalled. So continue dressing how you dress. Group number one, do you, girl. But I'm saying they think, and I feel like you've encountered some like misogynistic assholes, think that because of how you dress, they can like catcall at you. You know what I'm saying? But you dressing a certain way is not an invitation and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Just want to clarify. So I think that I like how you dress personally. I think it's provocative. I think it's cute. You guys might wear those like tennis skirts, chokers, that kind of thing. I love that shit. So do you. But I see that you get catcalled like on the street if you're walking by, or maybe even like, you know, if you go to school or if you went to school, you got like harassed a lot by men. But I feel like they kind of like have been like this your whole life. You've had to really like cuss them out. Maybe that's why you have that exterior with like the archetype as bully, but deep down inside you're like a lover. You know what I'm saying? It's because you've had to be that way to protect yourself, to guard your energy. But they always want to see what's underneath the skirt. But Ace of Swords, I do feel like the catcalling has been reduced, unless you really are like out here walking in the streets, to social media catcalling. I feel like there's a lot of people in your DMs, Ace of Swords, trying to talk to you, trying to talk up a game and stuff. You know, people are very drawn to you and they're very attracted to you, group number one. And so automatically they want to hit you up thinking they can. And it could be that you're so open and so cool that you have an inviting energy. They literally think that they have a chance with you, but they don't. Because I do see you rejecting a lot of different people. And at Nine of Pentacles, like I said, I feel like y'all are really on your grind with Jupiter. Like we started out with that energy. I feel like you guys are really focused in on yourself and your career and, you know, that kind of thing. But some of you have really beautiful facial features and like really exotic looks. I wanted to say crossbreed, like we're talking about species or some shit, but you guys could have come from completely, like both your parents could be completely opposite in their race and ethnicity, and I feel like you guys got this gorgeous like melting pot of both sides of your parents, and you've just become this exotic femme fatale. So you have some really cool features. You do not look like everyone else. You don't look like a copy of a copy of a copy. And I think that's also what drives people wild and crazy about you. You guys might have freckles, which are really cool. But nonetheless, freckles or not, I think you guys have beautiful lips and facial features and gorgeous eyes, and like how you dress is super cool and edgy. You guys have some nice boobies, some boobage, some like that décolletage. And, you know, I do feel like you guys have a vulnerable side to you. You've had your fair share of like men taking it too far, you know, going the distance, but taking it too far with the Ten of Wands and being codependent and toxic and like trying to like control you and that kind of thing, which is unfortunate. And on the bottom of the deck, because I don't want to end with the Ten of Wands energy, we have the Star. And yeah, so you might have a community or a following, and a lot of people stalk you, stalk your social media, they look up to you. A lot of people know up front that you're unobtainable, like they can't have you, but they do, it doesn't stop them from looking. They really like your titties, but I think you guys also have a gorgeous smile, really nice teeth, really gorgeous smile, and then those beautiful lips to frame the whole thing. I mean, hello, hi. So yeah, I really feel like men go a little crazy for you. And we're going to dive into just how crazy. That's linked down below in the extended. But in the meantime, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy. If you wanted to shop my Carnelian Sex Magic candle, that's linked down below. I'm offering them in a mini size, and we are doing some free shipping. All right, so I'll see you guys in the extended. But I love you, and I'll see you there. Hello, group number 2. Welcome. If you... where's the sun going? Literally, it's just playing peekaboo right now. If you chose the raw CITRINE, this is for you. So we are going to be talking about how men view you. This is an 18+. I'm going to do my best putting everything out there, but the extended gets juicy. I feel like I'm just kind of extending to continue and talk about how they fantasize about you, which is really what came out in group number 1, and I kind of liked it. So that's linked down below. You have the option to extend, but I haven't pre-shuffled anything, so we are just gonna get into it. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna start with astrological oracle, and it could be your sign, and it is not to say this is any specific person's sign, because I want to do a generality of like what men see in you and view you as. This is more to like kind of complement some sort of attributes of that astrological sign that you might have. So we have Mercury, Mars, so I feel like men really like how communicative you are. You're very intellectual, you're very smart, you're really witty, you're good at holding a conversation, you're not afraid to say what's on your mind, and there we go. So Gemini, that makes a lot of sense. And so you could be a Gemini, you don't have to be, you could have that in your chart. And I feel like with Mars, it's like I said, you're not afraid to say what's on your mind, and you have some shit to say. I feel like men might even view you as sort of like a fire starter, like in that you know, you're not afraid to cuss a dude out. Which I was like kind of getting that energy in group number 1 as well. You could be attracted to group number 1 as well, but like I kind of like that. I think that's hilarious. But they kind of like it too. Like they think it's like pretty sexy. Okay, so with Gemini, I just feel like they think that you're very well-rounded, very smart, almost too smart. Like you're not dumb, you're not a ditz, you're not an idiot. Like you're not going to be taken advantage of anytime soon. We have Goddess as your archetype coming through. And aside from being super smart and super witty and beautiful, you're beautiful, you're a goddess, you're feminine, and you just have this natural, seductive, and maternal energy to you. Okay, what else? So men are really seeing you as a goddess and a destroyer at that. Interesting combo. Priest as well. And destroyer in that, like, you will shut them down real quick. You guys could be like, you could be a heartbreaker. You could be someone that's constantly rejecting them. Oh, I don't want this. Realistically, this ain't gonna work for me. And like, you're not afraid to like say that. I think, because there are like, how do I say this? I feel like everything I say is so controversial. I feel like there are some women and men out there, just some people in the world that are very passive and like almost too nice. I've had so many girlfriends in my lifetime that were too nice. Like a dude would not leave them alone at the club or whatever. And I'd be like, man, fuck off. I was like not afraid to be like, get the fuck out of my face. But they would be like, oh, haha, like, hi. And I'm like, are you into him? Like, do you want him to like talk to you? And they're like, no, like, he's really weird. And I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, tell him to fuck off. Like, so I've always been that way. Some people aren't. And I feel like you guys are that way. You're like not afraid to be like, get the fuck off me, bro. But here's the thing, you're not a mean person, and it doesn't make you ugly either. You're gorgeous, and it takes them by surprise. Like, they assume because you're so gorgeous and feminine that you're gonna be this like passive, like mouse-like creature, but that's just not the fucking truth. And what even sucks harder for them, and they have to sit with it, is that you're a pretty damn good person too. So for a pretty damn good person to also be like, fuck off, they must suck. Because we have priests here. So I feel like, people that know you personally or friends or in your community, they know that you're like a very spiritual and cool, rounded, pretty zen person. So if they did something to like to have you cuss them out or like tell them to like leave you alone, they suck. Not the other way around. So also with the Mars Mercury energy, people care about your opinion. Men care about your opinion, which is really cool. we have flow and faith. Yeah, like I said, I think you guys are pretty zen and pretty cool, honestly. So for you to like, you know, tell someone to back off, it's kind of like, yeah, back the fuck off. Like they're doing too much. Hold on, I'm gonna open. That's much better. I feel like people always point out my allergies when I have them, but never point them out when I don't. Like someone's like, you should do something about that. And I'm like, I don't know if that's like supposed to be caring advice or if we're being like passive aggressive, but I don't really have an allergy problem. I honestly think that some of you do. And I'm like channeling your sneezing, because I swear to God, it's only when I sit down to do a video, which I don't feel the need to sneeze, but like right now. But otherwise, the person who has allergy issues is my husband. He's the one with issues. Okay, anyway, so as I was saying, with flow and faith, I feel like, yeah, you guys are pretty cool, spiritual, zen, faithful, awesome beings. And for you to like not want someone, I think it's very definitive. So, you know, men might try to like play some game or come up on you, slide in your DMs, whatever the fuck it is. And you're like, no, you know what you want. And I think they feel even more rejected because it's not like you don't know what you want and you're like, I don't know, like all passive. It's like, you know what you want, and if they're not it, then they're never going to be it. So they just automatically fall out. I hope that's making sense. I hope with what I'm saying, it's making some sense. But yeah, sweet nothings. I definitely see a lot of men trying to love bomb you, trying to like, you know, spit game is really the word coming to mind. But you kind of, I mean, if we're being spiritual about this reading, you guys low-key kind of are on a mission. You could be trying to manifest your soulmate, but you kind of have a deep knowing of what you want, what you expect in a person. And most of the people that catcall at you, try to come at you, ain't it. And you know that up front, and you don't feel the need to entertain it. So I kind of like that. So let's see what your tarot says. We have the Five of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, okay, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Sun. All right, so you guys have a cute little booty. Men are very attracted to your booty, even to your kind of feminine, like, energy. Some of you guys could wear like really pretty, really completely different styles in group number one. Like you could have been attracted to group number one for like personality reasons, but like as far as like what you guys wear and like style wise, like so different. You guys are way more, I don't want to say more feminine because both are feminine, but like you guys are less edgy or more like florals and sundresses and like whites and pinks and baby blues and like that kind of thing. And I think men are really attracted to your sense of style. You seem really, really put together, and some of you come off really wealthy, actually really rich, and like you don't need a man. You don't need a man, and that's why maybe you're so quick to shut them down, because you're like, listen, I've seen it and heard it all before. Get the fuck out of my face. Blah, blah, blah. I don't need you. Especially when men try to like, I feel like there's a lot of that. Maybe it's a karma thing, but I feel like men in your life, group number two, and I'm like speaking like, am I making any sense here? Try to sway you with money, and they mistake you as someone who like doesn't have your own shit going on. And you're like, I don't want your money, bruh. So there's kind of that Five of Pentacles energy in reverse. Five of Swords, they come at you all the wrong ways. I feel like they underestimate your own power. And you're chilling, 10 of Pentacles. You got your own shit and you're content. The Sun, you know, like I said, you're spiritual, you got God, you got the universe, you're faithful, you have a deep knowing, you're gonna find your soulmate, you're in your goddess energy. you're killing it. I mean, honestly, I'm smiling because I feel like you guys are killing it. Group number 2. But yeah, men are super attracted to your booty. Also, your hair, your mane really kind of speaks for itself. I feel like if it's even messy, it's still sexy. It looks kind of like sex hair. And if, you know, not, it's also sexy. You guys might have really beautiful long legs, and I think attached to that booty, it's just like, okay, hi, hello, nice to see ya. You guys could be really into heels and things like that, but yeah, really gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna extend this. We're gonna kind of talk about like the fantasy and, you know, how men are sort of fantasizing about you. It's linked down below. In the meantime, however, stay safe, stay healthy, and if you guys want to shop my Sex Magic Carnelian crystal candle, that is right there. And I'll see you guys in the extended. Hello, group number 3. Welcome. If you chose the raw carnelian, this is for you. And speaking of carnelian, I'm featuring my Carnelian Sex Magic candle right here. It's really great for manifesting like sexual confidence or just sort of a boost in your self-esteem, maybe even some good dick. But all right, you guys, let's get into it. This is an 18 plus. My dog just sighed as I said that. He's like, all right. This is 18 plus. We're gonna be talking about what do men see in you, how do they see you, how do they view you, that kind of thing. And we are gonna extend it, and we're gonna talk about how they fantasize about you. I'm gonna start off with some astrological oracle. I haven't pre-shuffled anything, and this is not necessarily to say that you are this sign, although you could be. It's kind of to like highlight the attributes that you come off as. We have Earth, okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus again. So ruled by Venus, very sensual, very motivated, determined, even, you know, erotic in that you are very immersed in the 5 senses: touch, smell, feel, touch, smell, sight, and hearing. You guys could sound good, look good, smell good, you know, all that. It tastes good. And, you know, there's something very sensual about you and your energy. Yeah, Libra, definite like ruled by Venus vibes. So you could be, don't have to be, and don't come for me. You could be a girly girl, or it could just come off as you're very feminine and maternal and like wifey, baby mama material in their eyes. You know, just doesn't have to be that that's what you are and what you want. This is just like how men are viewing you. And, you know, as much as we have advanced, men are still retarded. Okay, so let's just, they're still kind of aged back in the day. But it's cool. We love them for it, you know, whatever. So with Libra, I feel like same thing, you know, you could be a Libra or Libra rising, Taurus rising, that kind of thing. You guys have a really beautiful aesthetic. Like there's something about you that is just really gorgeous. And there's something about just how you carry yourself, very poised, very elegant, very sensual, very erotic in nature. So let's see what archetypes you get. Whoa. Okay, a lot want to come out. We have Virgin. We have Detective and Fool. Okay, interesting. So there's something that comes off about you that is very pure and innocent. And it could be because you're so poised and elegant and put together, you're almost untouchable, and that you don't seem, it's not like you seem unexperienced, it's that you seem like pure and clean and virgin-like. I don't know. I would not say that you come off as seeming unexperienced. You definitely have all the right equipment. People, men in particular, are really viewing your body and your ass and your titties. So it's not like you don't look like a full-grown woman, if you are one, or a full-grown man, it's that like something about you seems very coy in like a really kind of sexy way, in a very sexy, and it could be even fantasy that they're viewing you this way type of like, they're seeing you as like more passive. Doesn't even have to be true. Whereas I guess in comparison to group number 1, they'd fucking rip their head off. So it was like different energy. But with the Fool, it could even be that you kind of have this heart on your sleeve type of nature, or this damsel in distress nature, and they feel like they have to save you, and like, and it doesn't even have to be the truth, but it's just like how they're viewing you. Man, in this reading, I feel like I have to catch everything I say because I feel like I'm just gonna offend someone along the way, but like, I don't know. This is how men are viewing you. We have confidence. So yeah, it's not that you're like coming off as a virgin, like you don't have any sexual confidence. It's like you have a lot of confidence, but you carry yourself in a really proper and pure way. You're very poised. And you have a lot of people that are like hungry for you, and it could even be that you don't entertain any of these options to the point where you're not available in that way, and it makes them even more hungry. And it's like you really want to scope out anyone you get involved with detective. Like you're not gonna just talk to anybody. So I definitely see that. Poised. Okay, I wasn't ready to pull this, and then poised came out. So yeah, you're very poised. Like some of you guys could even be in the arts. You could have been dancers, or something of that nature. We have happy. You just seem happy and like time for a nap. Not interested in the taboo, not interested in bullshit, and you probably get a lot of like love letters and I don't know why I wanted to say fan mail, but a lot of offers in general, and you're just not that interested in that. And maybe it's even that you're not even that interested in sex, but it doesn't have to be. Like, again, that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to even offend anybody. But yeah, I just feel like you guys are doing your own thing, and you're so beautiful at it, doing your own thing. Like while you're doing it, that they're noticing you and they're admiring you. There's a huge admiration for your beauty, but you know, they don't see you as interested. You're not like chasing after like one person after the next. Like you don't, at least if you are, you don't come off like that. So we have the Magician. Okay, I kind of want to move that. We have the Empress. So yeah, very maternal, very abundant energy, kind of in a receiving energy way. So like, you don't look like you're chasing after anyone in particular. If anything, it looks like you're sitting there on your throne and they are coming up to you with offers of all sorts and kinds. But the Empress is like, yeah, she's just abundant in everything. Beauty, money, offers, love, all of that. And it could be that you guys are in a relationship, and that's why we have like virgin, or like, you know, not, I don't necessarily get that, but some of you could be like in a long-term committed relationship. So it's like, you're not available to begin with, and people know that, and they think you're like saving yourself for marriage or whatever, but it looks like you found your perfect mate. So it's like, there's not even really any competition. I think at this point, no one is really trying to like grab at you or get at you in an aggressive way. It's more like an energy of like admiration. Like they know they can't have you, but they admire you because you're beautiful. So yeah, you could be in a relationship, or it could just be that you don't need a relationship. We have the Emperor and the Empress. Like you are a full, happy, content, confident package all by yourself. Queen of Swords. And I think on top of everything, you know, you're very smart, you're very witty, you're very resourceful, you're good at knowing what is best for you. And so you come off as like a very well-rounded individual, maybe even sort of a tease, like you know that you look innocent, or you know that you can play it like this or like that, or you're in a committed relationship, so you know that like they can't have you, but they can look, that kind of thing. So it's like you could even come off as sort of a tease. Your body is really being admired here, like really nice natural boobies. They're not natural, they look natural. Really nice juicy booty. I feel like, you know, men really want to worship you at the altar, at the throne. And, you know, they want to wish with the magician that they have a chance with you, but they know that they don't. And actually a lot of them are happy for you, that you have what you have, and like, you know, you're content and you're good on your own. It just seems like there's a nice air, an aura to your energy. Okay, group number 3. So I'm going to extend this, and we're going to talk about the fantasy. I'm going to pull more cards. How do they fantasize about you? That's linked down below. In the meantime, however, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in the extended.